This program has been brought to you by Alpine Bank. Dedication you can count on and experience you can trust. Alpine Bank, member FDIC.
Is a library more important than bus service, or should we fix our potholes before we add more sheriff's deputies? Those kinds of conundrums have been called wicked problems by Martin Carcasson, director of the Center for Public Deliberation at Colorado State University. And Durango and La Plata County voters face some wicked problems in the months ahead. Both La Plata County and the city of Durango face unsustainable revenue shortfalls during the next 2 years. And without an increase in taxes or other revenue sources, both government agencies say they will have to cut services significantly. La Plata County and City of Durango officials will launch community outreach programs in 2018 to ask voters what they're willing to lose and what they're willing to pay for. And the decisions won't be easy. La Plata County has struggled with declining revenues since 2010, when oil and natural gas production began to decline. County property tax revenues have been reduced by almost half, while state and federal grants associated with energy development also have dropped. In 2018, the county will see another 3% drop in revenues. To stay within its budget, the county has proposed to leave 19 positions unfilled next year. Other proposed cuts include replacing the county clerk's branch office in Bayfield with a self-service kiosk at the Pine River Library, cutting funds for the branch libraries at Fort Lewis and Sunnyside elementary schools, reducing public service agency funding, and cutting road and bridge maintenance. County officials also have proposed additional operational cuts of nearly $700,000.
That's not a sustainable formula for providing the lengthy list of statutorily mandated services that La Plata County provides, let alone the things that we want to do as a community that our community residents have told us is important.
Although the city of Durango hasn't suffered revenue losses to the extent that the county has, changing consumer habits, slow growth in new retail businesses, and changes in state and federal grant programs point to a financially unsustainable future. City sales tax revenues remained flat in 2017 with a small 1.4% increase over the previous year. In contrast, lodgers' tax revenues jumped by nearly 6% over the previous year.
We're not seeing the shoppers downtown with the bags. They're still coming, and that's reflected in the lodgers' tax, but they're not shopping like they were previously, and that can be a number of items that are causing that.
Sales taxes generate the majority of the city's general fund revenues. The general fund covers city services like police protection or planning. It also covers construction and maintenance costs for city streets and buildings. But city officials say that inflation is increasing the city's operational costs at a faster rate than sales tax revenues. And by 2020, the city will no longer be able to fund the same level of services that residents and visitors enjoy now. Despite the bleak financial outlook for both government agencies, city and county officials say that the budget challenges offer an opportunity for residents to decide what kind of community services they want and are willing to pay for.
First of all, we want folks to know that there are many, many things that La Plata County must do and wants to do for its community. So many services that we provide that really provide the underpinning for this community's health, safety, and welfare. So that's the first thing. We also then want to ask our community, what do you want? What do you want this community to look like? What more do you want from La Plata County? What's important to you? And then we want to talk about how we invest in that, because fundamentally this is a community conversation, and we're at a structural imbalance. With that three-legged stool analogy, we can cut and cut, but eventually you got to shore up the third leg of the stool, which is the revenue side.
The conversations won't be easy because of the competing values that exist in any community.
You really have to have a community conversation where we can sit down and weigh values. And we can weigh our opinions and our community needs. And it's not just transit, it can be housing, it can be, development, it can be the services that we provide to support the quality of life that we have in Durango. So when you've got a problem that has value-based judgments that butt heads, that's when you have a wicked problem. And we have a number of those that we need to solve our budget issues.
To follow the city budget process, visit durangogov.org. To follow the county, visit co.laplata.co.us.